I've been there and I don't want you to go there. Many years ago in the early 90s, I learned the cold, hard, cruel reality of what it is like to lose financially. And I never want you to go there. Please learn from what I have learned the hard way. We'll talk about it now. Harvey Bernard here, your real mortgage consultant, not just any typical run-of-the-mill loan officer. I want you to win with your mortgage. You don't have to lose like most people lose, and they don't even know they are losing. This is what you will see first at the top of my homepage at winnersmortgage.com. I want you to win with your mortgage because it's personal to me. I had bought into the lies of society and lenders that the best way to handle finances was to borrow money. This can work as long as you make the payments. But stop making the payments and the banks become really nasty really fast. That made it a really tough situation for me. Bankers and lenders seem nice and friendly when they are trying to get you to borrow money from them. It changes really fast when you don't make the payments and give them their money. It took a good attorney to help salvage that situation in the best way possible, which still wasn't good, but it was the best I could get. For the bank, it was just another day in the life of being a bank. No big deal to them. But to me, it was totally emotionally draining and made a huge impact on my life. Such a huge impact that it changed the direction of my life, so that now I want to make sure that I can do anything possible to keep other people from experiencing what I had to go through. This is why it is so important to me that you know the truth about loans and mortgages. You'll never get this truth from just any typical run-of-the-mill loan officer. Loans and mortgages are promoted as the way you should live. But in reality, they make you a slave to lenders, to the government, and to your boss. As long as you have to make those payments, you are not free from any of them. You have to make the payments to keep from losing your house to the lenders or the government. And you have to keep your boss happy and keep your job so you can make the payments. It's a sad situation, and it's the way most people live. But here is the good news. That same money that you give away to lenders, that money can make you free. Free of loan payments, which means you can become free of your job, and then you can become free to do what you want. This freedom is how it should be. From my really hard experience with lenders, I know what happens when you get your mortgage and when you have loan payments. I know how lenders and society are working against you. I know how expensive it is to have loan payments. I know how hard it is to work for lenders instead of for yourself. I know how hard it is to work for money instead of having money work for you. Now I know what to do about it, how to free you from that bondage. It all starts with your mortgage and making sure you get the right mortgage that does not rip you off. One thought consumed me. How could I use this experience for good? How could I warn people about the lies society is telling us about borrowing money? How could I alert people that having loan payments is expensive for them? How could I share my experience in a positive way to truly help people? This became my passion, my mission. This very negative experience with borrowing money motivated me to research how it could be different. That's when I discovered a little-known but proven system to be completely free of all loan payments quickly, often in just a few years instead of 30 years or more like with mortgage payments. I was amazed. How could it be possible? The culture teaches the exact opposite, that you should expect to make loan payments your whole life. But as I researched it, checked it, and rechecked it again, it was true. Really true. And then I added to that a system to be free of your job and free to do what you want. At that point, everything changed. Money could now work for people instead of their having to work for money. So powerful. Just by learning what to do, by making their own personal plan according to the system I had discovered, and by faithfully following it, true financial freedom could be a reality for so many people. The freedom to have only one spouse working if they wanted, not two. The freedom to get out of the rat race and off the treadmill. The freedom to work from home if they wanted. The freedom to do what they wanted to do, not what they had to do. The freedom to keep more of their money for themselves instead of giving it away to creditors and the government. The freedom to never make loan payments ever again. This was the passion and the mission that could help so many people. This is the good that would come from my very negative experience with loans. But the problem was that not enough people were learning this system, and typical run-of-the-mill loan officers were getting people into the life-sucking 30 years or more of mortgage payments. Payments that were simply sucking the financial life right out of them. Payments that were making lenders wealthy and keeping people poor. My problem was, how do I beat this system? How do I get people into the right mortgage and into a system that they could win with their mortgage and not lose to the lenders and the culture? As I studied it and created my system, I realized one inescapable truth. A truth that most people don't even think about. A truth that the government, lenders, and your employer don't want you to know. Your mortgage and the interest you pay on that mortgage is the single biggest category of expenses in your life over which you have direct control. It may not seem like you have direct control over your mortgage, but you really do. Your home financing is the biggest loan burden you will probably take on in your lifetime. Yet when I asked in my previous seminars and webinars how many people really understood what they were doing when they received their mortgage financing, hardly anyone says yes. This tells me that most people hope they are making the right decisions, but they don't really know for sure. The mortgage is the biggest loan burden you will probably ever take on, and it can have such a huge impact on your ability to become free of all loans and financially independent. You must understand this huge burden of loan payments that you take on, a burden that can break you and keep you poor if you don't know what to do. This is why I started Winners Mortgage and created the Winners Mortgage program to keep you from getting ripped off on your mortgage so that you can win with your mortgage and stop losing. This is the result of many years of effort, many all-night sessions. I have done this so that you can have the Winners Mortgage program, so that you can win with your mortgage and no longer lose like most people lose, and they don't even know they are losing. I want you to win, not lose like I did. This is my passion, to be free of loan payments, free of a job, and free to do what I want. This is how I can bring a huge value to so many people. And my passion is to help you do it too. I've been there, and I don't want you to be there. I want you to win, not lose like I did. I went through all the misery to figure this out. And because you are here today, you have the opportunity to skip all the misery. You can go straight to winning and skip losing. Do you want to start winning? So if you've been struggling, this is probably why. You've been doing it the hard way. You have been losing, not winning. But it's not your fault. You've just been doing what other people do, what the culture, advertisers, the media, and typical run-of-the-mill loan officers tell you to do. You haven't known any better until today. So when you or your friends, family, or coworkers are ready to buy, sell, or refinance a house, let's do your mortgage the right way. Let's do it so that you can win, not lose like most people lose. Get started at applywithharvey.com. Simply click through and enter as much information as you can about your situation and what you are looking for. Don't worry if you can't do it all. We can finish the rest when we talk. And schedule a convenient time for us to talk at chatwithharvey.com. There is no obligation, and we'll do everything we can for the best possible mortgage financing for you, your friends, family, or coworkers. You can win with your mortgage. You will see a real difference when you work with somebody who truly wants you to win with your mortgage, because it is his personal mission that you win and not lose. I look forward to talking with you soon and helping you get started winning. You will be so glad you did.